Wow, 4.2% inflation in April, 5% appreciation in May. What's gonna happen in June, guys? Are you getting wealthy? Are you looking to get wealthy through all this? This is one of the easiest ways in the world to get wealthy, is when you're in an inflationary market and you own stuff, guys. And it's not gonna stop. It's not gonna end right now. It's just starting. If you owned $100,000 worth of real estate and you're getting 5% appreciation a year, that means that property is worth $105,000 in 1 year. That property that you already put 20,000 down on, you only put 20 grand down, so you made 25% just off the appreciation. Plus you had cash flow and principal reduction. So follow me on this, guys. Chipotle just announced that they're gonna raise prices 4% because they have to pay more money to their employees. Well, what do you think the people who send them tomatoes and sour cream and onions and the people who own the building and everything is going to go through the roof? So it would be my guess that within 1 year, you're going to see Chipotle put another increase. You know why? Because they're going to have another increase that's going to be needed from the cost of goods that are going to come in that are also going to push up their price. Now, how is this going to impact you as a consumer? Well, it depends. Are you set to become wealthy through this next 5-6 years of inflation that we have? Or is it going to eat a hole in your pocket? But Chipotle is not the only one. Look at this article right here. Procter & Gamble and Coca-Cola became the latest companies to announce price increases are coming to help offset rising commodity. So it's not just wages, it's commodity price, which is almost everything. It's oil, it's gas, it's copper, it's aluminum. Most retailers will pass on higher costs to consumers who might not even notice the difference because of the savvy methods deployed by these companies. So look, guys, it's coming. You may say, hey, look, man, I just went, Nate's wrong. I went and bought some Tide, man. Look, my Tide Pods I bought were $19.99. Yeah, a year ago, they're still $19.99, but you look in there, man, there's 4 of them missing. See, I ain't saying Procter & Gamble will sneak up on you like that, but you gotta be careful. So what do you gotta do to keep up with this? I mean, quite honestly, if you own a lot of real estate, all you do is go to sleep and wake up, go to sleep and wake up, go to sleep and wake up. Because as all this is happening, the value of your properties, if you bought in the right area, if you watch my videos, you're gonna know exactly what areas to buy in. Let's talk about consumer goods. Consumer packaged goods rose 9.4% last year. Inventories are too low. Nobody wants to work. What are you going to do to take advantage of this, guys? I've been telling you, man, you can get very wealthy in real estate. The last time we saw anything like this was in the late 70s and late 80s. Let's go and let's look at the housing value and what happened in the late 70s and late 80s, because I want you guys to be prepared to make wealth. We're also going to look at the rental numbers and see what happened in the late 70s and late 80s, because a lot of you guys, I want to teach you how to buy and hold. So it doesn't matter if price does this or that. What matters is what's happening to the rental market. Are my rents going up? Are my rents going up every year? Because you don't care. You don't really care if the price goes down if you own property. It's not like you own a stock. It's still bringing you in rent, and it's bringing you in more rent because you're not a seller in the down market. You sell when the market's hot, guys. I'm going to show you all that in our course. So, guys, let's go back to when inflation really set in. So look at this. In 1976, the average median house was $44,000. It jumped to 48 in 77. It jumped to 62 by 79. By 1981, it was at 68.9. Look at this, guys. By 1985, it was 84,000. So, guys, that's where I think we're at right now. Go back, 1975, it was 39 grand. You go forward, 10 years later, it was $84,000. That's the type of inflation that I think we're in for right now. And a lot of you guys ask why. It's because, quite honestly, the government needs inflation to get out of debt. The government makes its money based off of what's called the GDP. It gets to tax the gross domestic product. If the gross domestic product is higher, then they get to tax it, even if they get it at the same rate. They got $22 trillion GDP pre-COVID. They got to tax that, let's just say 30%, that's $6.6 trillion. Now let's say they let inflation run rampant for a while, and they let 22 trillion go to 35 trillion. They get to tax that at 30%. 30% of 35 trillion is 10.5 trillion. So they basically increased how much money they get from 6.6 trillion to 10.5 trillion. Thus, they can take that money and pay off that debt that they borrow, that worthless debt, because they inflated their way out of debt. So guys, I want you to be prepared for what's coming. I don't see any way around inflation. There are very, very few ways that we can get around this, but the government needs it right now to get out of debt. And they're trying to let it create. What happens at the end of inflation when you've hit a big peak in inflation? I can tell you right now what happens is we have a reset. And the reset, I'm not going to go into it in this video. It's called the long-term debt cycle. We're at the end of a long-term debt cycle. Interest rates are going to jump drastically. So I want you to buy property and to lock in long-term debt. Because what happens when interest rates rise? You guessed it, rental prices rise too. But if you buy and you lock in down here, you're going to be poised to make a lot of wealth. So make sure you follow me, make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, crush the like button for me, man. Let me know you guys like this content. Let me know what kind of videos you guys want to see. We'll see you in the BRRRR group. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, Nate Barger on YouTube, and hit the bell, and you'll be notified on any new videos that come out.